All right, thank you for staying with us. Just days after commercial banks began dispensing the new Naira notes to its customers, as directed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, the counterfeit version of the new 1,000 Naira note is now in circulation. Videos of the fake currency surfaced online, giving credence to rumors that the redesigned notes are a poor imitation of the old one, making it easy target for counterfeiting. Many Nigerians are now afraid to transact with the new notes. Some persons have even begun rejecting the new notes as a means of payment. A video of a bus conductor refusing to be paid with the new 1,000 Naira note is still trending on social media.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Fake money is in town now. People should be very careful. This is the original one. Why this is the fake one? My wife, she's doing POS. Somebody gave her this money, and we don't know who gave it to her. We will later discover that it's a fake money. This is original, but this is the fake. It's the new 1,000 Naira. You can notice this. This is the original one. With this, why the fake one don't have it? You can see it. So people should be very, very careful. The bad guys are already in town now. They are doing the fake one.
Well, we have joining us via Zoom CEO Finance with Mukhtar Mohammed. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
One of the reasons the CBN gave with regards to redesigning the Naira was to address the matter of counterfeiting. And now we're already seeing that just a few days after this new redesigned notes, went into circulation, we're already seeing counterfeit. I wonder what came to mind when you saw this.
Well, I'm not surprised by that. I remember on your program, I said it that as CBN is trying to redesign the note, putting up security features, the fraudsters will also be trying to improve their tricks, and that's what we are seeing. And unfortunately, it's like the fraudster beat the CBN to it, because at the very day the CBN were coming out with their notes, they also were coming out with counterfeit notes. And I think, again, you can't say it's the challenge, is only the problem of the CBN, because it's the security apparatus that are supposed to handle issues like this. And so they also are not on top of their game. For me, I think it's a very unfortunate situation. And again, the CBN also did not enlighten Nigerians on what to expect, what the notes look like. Those days, you used to have the National Retention Agency come up and give jingles, telling us the different notes, what the note will look like. And before the note came out, we saw circulation on the social media, not even from the side of the CBN. So I think the security agent and the CBN are capable in this issue.
All right, Mukhtar, when it comes to monitoring some of these currencies, the average Nigerian sometimes don't even know the difference between a counterfeit currency and the real one. But talk to us basically, if the CBN or the banks or those who are concerned will have to tackle this counterfeiting, how challenging would it be to handle this? Because for us to see any note, any counterfeit note, it tells us there are so many, maybe thousands or millions of them out there somewhere.
Yes, excuse me, definitely yes. If you look at even in the developed world, even the United States currency is also being counterfeited. And the only way you can guide against counterfeit is when you take it to the bank. Sometimes it's not easy to get those security features as an ordinary Nigerian to know that the eagle is inside and that and that and that. And I think that's why I say the National Retention Agency should be the one doing that. But outside of that, counterfeiting is a global challenge. Every currency in the world is being counterfeit. But I mean, the level of protection by the CBN in terms of security features are what makes the difference in every currency. And so, but unfortunately, some of these features are features that you don't see. It's only when you take it to the bank, that's why the bank will tell you, oh, this is counterfeit, this is not counterfeit, unfortunately. But I think it's a major problem. And the CBN said that was the reason why they were redesigning the new Naira note. And unfortunately, even before the new Naira note comes out, they are already counterfeit. So they need to enlighten Nigerians, especially the ordinary Nigerian. I'm in Kaduna at the moment, and a person was telling me how a bus driver was rejecting the old note, saying that it is time for them to be collecting the new note. So what it means is that even the ordinary Nigerians are not aware of the what the CBN is doing. So the CBN need to up their game.
Right. Now, I'm wondering what the security implications and all other form of implications this pose to the situation we find ourselves now, because the CBN is trying to drive a cashless policy and trying to mop up liquidation and all of it, yet we are seeing, you know, these guys, on the other hand, trying to inject this 1,000 Naira notes into the system.
Yes, I think that is why cashless is a good policy, because with cashless, you eliminate counterfeiting by almost 80 to 90% if you go cashless. But the whole idea is that in an economy like ours, that is driven by, people like carrying cash about, is a very difficult situation. And so that's why we people like us were happy with the cashless policy, but we also was not happy with the limit, especially with the rural area. I don't think it's high time we bring both the rural and the urban people together in the area of this cashless policy. We need to improve infrastructure. We need to enlighten the people of the benefit of cashless, and one of those benefits is to eliminate counterfeiting. And I have said it on your program that the major challenge that the CBN will also address by the time you get to cashless is this the cyber security space of it. How prepared are we when you have almost 100 millions of Nigerians will be doing cashless transaction? So definitely it's a very big task for the CBN, and unfortunately they have not started well, especially in the area of information. There are supposed to be jingles everywhere. They are supposed to be on social media enlightening people. And up to this moment, the CBN has not come out to clarify the issue of what you look out for the counterfeit, and the real money.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that is the major problem.
All right. When people, now knowing that we have counterfeit out there, how should people become conscious, and what should they be looking out for in trying to ensure that they don't continue to transact with the counterfeit currency?
Well, the only way people can begin to guide against that is to tell somebody, okay, you want to pay, go and pay it into my bank account. And by the time you go to the bank has a machine that will dictate counterfeit. So I think that's the only way. And that is why we say people should have bank account, because if you are beginning to see counterfeit, the only way you can do that is telling the person to go to the bank to pay in that money. But again, like I said, the ordinary Nigerians in the streets, the pepper woman, the woman that is selling maize, the woman that is selling things on the way, does not have that luxury of time. So definitely the CBN has a lot to do in terms, and not just the CBN. These counterfeit money are being produced in this country. They are not being flowed outside this country into this country. They are not taken from the border into this country. The CBN, the security agents, by now should be on top of their game. It's a shame when people can do a lot of things that have to affect our national security. Our currency is our worth. The worth of a nation is in its currency, the value the currency brings. And when you begin to produce fake currency, you are bringing down the worth of the nation. Not only that, you are also driving investors out of the country, because they also will not have confidence in your financial sector. And the financial sector is the key driver of any economy. Without a strong financial sector, there is no, you cannot have a very strong economy. And the key drivers of the financial sector is your currency. And when people are beginning to produce fake of your currency, at the very day you are and bringing out those new currency, I think it's a shame. That's the only thing I can say.
All right, we need to quickly go on a commercial break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation with you. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we were speaking with CEO Finance with Mukhtar Mohammed on the recent video that showed the counterfeit redesigned 1,000 Naira notes said to be in circulation. And we were talking about the security implications and all of it. And another question that comes to mind, Mukhtar, is if this will have any impact on the value of the Naira, so to speak. Do you think it will have any impact on the Naira itself?
No. You know, I've said it before that the value of the Naira is not based on the redesigning of the currency. The value of the Naira has to do with demand and supply. What are our GDP, what are we producing, what are we eating, and how our currency in terms of trading we have with our trading partners. Are we trading in surplus or are we trading in deficit? So that will not affect the value of the Naira, just like the redesigning of the Naira does not improve the value of the Naira. It only gives the Naira a good look. It's just like when you rebrand your company. If you rebrand your company and your product and services as still as poor as it used to be, it will not make any difference. So it's the same thing with the design of the Naira. But the only challenge is that it brings the financial system into a lack of confidence from the international community when you begin to have fake notes in your financial system. And again, it also depends on the number of fake notes that you are seeing in the system. For now, we've not had a figure yet. We've just had only one incident of somebody saying that, and it's all around in the social media. So I think for now, it's still something that can be nicked in the bud. Remember that it's not that the former currency also was not being counterfeiting. Remember, security agents have arrested a lot of people for fake currency, both Naira and dollar. So definitely it's not something new, but add on with what the CBN told us before, they said it will be very, very difficult for you to counterfeit this present currency that they are going to be doing because of the security features that they will put in it. But unfortunately, again, they did not enlighten Nigerians of the type of security features to begin to look out to know whether this is counterfeit or this is fake. Somebody coming on social media and telling you that one should be green or black, I don't think it really tells us which one is counterfeit or which one is real. So what we need to do, there are chips that are put in this currency. Those days, they say when you raise the currency up, you know the counterfeit one by when you see the coat of arms. So those are part of the things that most Nigerians need to be enlightened. Those days when you go to the market, you pay the market woman in cash. He will take it up and look at it if there was the coat of arms. So those are part of the things that the CBN should be doing, especially for those ordinary Nigerians in the bottom level.
All right, let's talk about the care for the Naira. We just a few weeks old, we have seen some very tired new Naira notes, the redesigned notes already tired from being squeezed, from being twisted, from being, and folded and so on. We've seen some already even online. Talk to us basically, because when it comes to caring for the Naira, if you see the Nigerian who has dollar on one hand and has a Naira on the other hand, if there's going to be rain and he has to keep it somewhere, you know the first currency he's going to care for before the other one. The attitude to it. We've seen where people are hoarding and even hawking the Naira notes. How can we begin to create this attitude of understanding that this currency has to be regarded and be cared for?
Enlightenment and the mindset of the ordinary Nigerian. And again, nobody has been apprehended, nobody has been sentenced to jail, nobody has been arrested in traffic in Lagos when they are hogging the Naira note, nobody has been arrested in a public function where you have people coming up with a new Naira note to exchange, and people have made that even a business, even within the bank. And so it's all about enforcing the law, because there's a law. It's not that there's no law. There is a law. So do you have the might to begin to implement this law? Because if you want to implement the law, what it means is that both the high and mighty will be affected. You remember that when you go to public function, also is even the rich that are trying to even spread the Naira notes to themselves. And we've seen functions whereby Naira notes were being trampled upon by the rich. So definitely it has to do with applying the law when it is needed, and people will know that if you do this, this is the consequence. It's not that in a developed country they don't want to do all what we do, but the only difference is that they know that the law catch up with you, you have to pay for it, whoever you are. But in our own case here, people can easily get away with it because of the Nigerian factor. And when you were about the new Naira note being torn or squeezed, unfortunately, where the new Naira note is being squeezed, a lot of Nigerians have not even had their hands on it. If you talk to those in the bank, they are saying the new Naira note is even scarce. So, and some other people have already gotten it and they are squeezing it. And it's all about the attitude, the value we place, because like you rightly pointed out, the average Nigerian does not have regard for his currency, because he doesn't see his currency as adding anything to him. The currency, as far as he's concerned, have lost his worth. So he doesn't respect the currency. And it's not just the currency. It's even when you look at the life of the ordinary Nigerians, do we have respect for life? Even the security agents, even us as individuals, do we have respect for life? Do we see the Nigerian as what Nigeria, or our currency as what our name? So definitely, I think, again, it boiled down to enlightenment. It boiled down to the CBN have not done enough. I keep saying it. They need to partner with the Ministry of Information. They need to partner with the National Retention Agency. They need to partner with the media houses. They need to do a lot to enlighten Nigeria. So they're not just one jingle. After that, we don't say it again. We need to begin to enlighten the ordinary Nigerian. We need to even go to the villages and use the going about in the villages using the traditional rulers. Let the traditional rulers begin to enlighten their people using crown crowds that will go out in the morning and ring the bell and tell the people they need to. You need to give something to get something, and I think we are not giving enough. That's why we are having the kind of challenges we are having.
Right. All right. We'll leave the conversation here now. CEO Finance with Mukhtar Mohammed. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.